What is the best conversion tracking method for your Google Ads? That's what I'm going to share with you today. In our last video, I talked about Google Ads automation and what it is and what it isn't. Today, we're going to go over conversion tracking methods for your Google Ads. And this video will help you understand how to track conversions no matter what your experience level is right now. And as we go through this video, you can also download the Google Ads Automation Workbook, which we have at ddu.ai/adsbook. When it comes to conversion tracking, I prefer that you give Google the strongest signal possible of the results. This is why I generally use the Google Ads Conversion Tracking Pixel to measure conversions. Or maybe I'll use the Google Analytics tracking if I'm extremely confident in the goals that I've imported into Google Analytics. Now there are three types of conversion tracking that you can use to measure your Google Ads success. You can use the Google Ads Conversion Pixel, you can import goals from Google Analytics, and then you can use third-party tracking pixels from software vendors like automation software that's out there. And each of these conversion tracking methods has benefits and drawbacks, but they also may live together in harmony in an account and provide a backup tracking method for increased accuracy results and tracking. And so it's possible to run them in parallel and not have any decreased results as long as you heed the warnings and the experience that I'm going to share with you in this video. So let's talk about the confidence in conversions that come in. If you've ever questioned whether you are getting good data, you're in the right place. One of the most common questions that I get in my consulting work is, I don't trust the data, what do I do about it? For example, Google Analytics may be underreporting revenue compared to what is shown in your e-commerce system, or Google Ads doesn't match the Google Analytics data. And this lack of confidence leads to a lack of trust, which leaves advertisers frozen with fear of spending money in the wrong place. So let's talk about the strengths of each conversion tracking method. The strengths of a Google Ads conversion tracking pixel is this. Well, when you use their pixel, which has been around for as long as Google Ads has existed, it provides a direct signal to Google and gives them first-party attribution for the conversions back to their system. So it's relatively simple to execute and lightweight compared to other pixels to put it onto your site. It's also very easy to implement on a variety of shopping carts and lead capture software. And this allows you to specify a conversion value for your conversions and determine your ROI. And so I find the Google Ads Conversion Pixel to be really beneficial if you just want to track only that one thing, if your primary form of advertising is Google Ads, and maybe you don't trust your Google Analytics data yet, Google Ads and their pixel is the way to go. Okay, what about Google Analytics? Now, if you've spent time getting Google Analytics goals in Universal or conversions in GA4 the right way, if they're doing them right, then importing them is as simple as a click of a button. And one advantage of importing your goals from GA into Google Ads is that the tracking doesn't require additional code to be implemented on your site, especially if you've already installed GA properly. It keeps your web developers happy because all you're doing is importing from another system. And also your conversion totals will be apples to apples compared to other advertising sources like Facebook ads, Bing ads, etc., because you are using a common language and the same goal on the system. And finally, you get to keep your tracking within the Google ecosystem without becoming a burden to manage for your developers. So the reason why you'd want to use Google Analytics is if you find that the data in Google Analytics is really accurate and you want to have a comparison to other ad platforms, then you can use that to import into your Google Ads for the maximum benefit. Finally, we have the strengths of third-party conversion tracking. So using third-party pixels allows you to have independent verification of conversion numbers. Because, Google is like a wolf in sheep's clothing, and so they're going to take credit for everything they can. A third-party pixel gives you a stronger and more direct signal to your automation platforms so you can optimize more efficiently and effectively. And last, these provide redundancy in your tracking in case you don't trust Google's reported numbers. And so if you want to have an independent verification, you may want to use a third-party pixel in addition to the Google Ads pixel or importing your Google Analytics goal. Now, while I can't guarantee that your data will be perfect, because it will never be perfect, I can share my secret that helps me sleep at night. And that is that conversion tracking pixels provide you with only directional data. They are not a single source of truth for your business. And the only way to be confident with your results is to accept that data is directional and never 100% accurate. What I mean by directional is that even if you have 90% of the data, it's only 90% accurate, you're going in the right direction by having some data as opposed to having no data at all. And so to move forward, you need to accept that conversion tracking data is only directional, but it is necessary if you want to proceed forward in any kind of advertising. And as we wrap up this video, I want to share a pro tip on conversion tracking. Installing the Google Ads conversion pixel and importing Google Analytics conversions into the same account is not advised. Why is that? Because this will result in double counting of conversions, which will make your results look twice as good as they actually are. And so I would strongly recommend choosing one or the other. Okay, so I hope this video is easy to digest and yet informative to you. Remember to follow along with our Google Ads automation workbook, which you can get at ddu.ai/adsbook. You can use the workbook to decide which conversion tracking method makes most sense for your advertising objectives and follow along with the rest of our videos in this series. And in the next video in this series, I will share 3 PPC strategies and why these are the only ones you're ever going to need to become a successful advertiser, and also why mixing these up can lead to unintended consequences.